biggest problems that I had when I was a new sales manager, and this goes for any industry. I've managed teams in various different industries, is you get all these new tasks and these new responsibilities when you're a sales manager, or for really when you're in any position of leadership. You got to that position of leadership because typically you're good with people. You had a certain level of people skills that was uh, better than your peers. And if you're in sales, like majority of my audience is, you outsold your peers. You are a good salesperson, hence why you got into sales management. But the problem is with that role in sales management comes a new set of responsibilities, a new set of daily tasks. You have conference calls, you have spreadsheets, you have recruiting, you have administration work, you have a boatload of emails, you have voicemails, you have performance reviews. You have to get out in the field and ride with your people. Then you have to type up the report to tell your people how you're doing, right? I could just list activity after activity that takes time from doing the one thing that every sales manager loves. And every sales manager and every person in leadership loves one thing: spending quality time with your people. And when you become a position of leadership, that freedom of luxury to spend time with your people, it gets smaller and smaller. However, it should be higher and higher. And your people feel neglected. They feel, holy crap, my boss is busy. My manager's overwhelmed. He's overworked. I don't want to call him. He's so busy, I don't want to bother him with this small problem I have. Okay. The problem is we allow that message to be displayed to the people who are looking for us to provide guidance and leadership. How do you fix that? I'll tell you what. There's so much value and so much power in simply making it a point to have some sort of daily contact or daily communication with everyone that direct reports to you. Everybody that is on your sales team in some capacity should hear from you on a daily basis. And if you're super busy, I've made it a point recently to tell people, hey, I'm just calling to check in. I'm going from this meeting to this meeting, or I'm getting off this call on this call. I'm going from this field ride to this appointment. I have a few minutes. What's going on? Or if you're traveling, because sometimes there are days where I travel and I'm on a plane for several hours and I disconnect from people. Hey, man, on the road, on a flight, just wanted to shoot you a text. What's going on with your customer today? What's going on with, your personal life at home, whatever it is? Sending that little bit of communication, and it is your responsibility. Don't get it confused. As the leader, as the sales manager, it is your responsibility to initiate that contact with your direct reports. On a daily basis, you should be reaching out to everybody who reports to you. On a daily basis, you should find ways for every person to turn around to their peers and say, hey, I speak to my manager all the time. You don't ever want to have the problem of people saying, I never hear from my manager. The only time I speak to my manager is when I've done something wrong. Or this is the death of sales leadership when it comes to managers in sales. I only speak to my manager when he wants to know what my numbers are. That's the worst. 100%. If that's the only time you reach out to your people, hey, I'm just calling to see, hey, what's your forecast looking like? What's your numbers looking like? That is the number one way for your team to look at you and say, you don't care about me as a person. And here's the beautiful thing about this. Technology makes it easy to reach out to people every day. It makes it easy to call someone, to text someone, to have a conversation that goes on a deeper level. But if you're not initiating that conversation, you're losing so much credibility on a daily basis. Your team needs to hear from you, their sales manager, on a daily basis. There's power and value in a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute phone call, so long as the expectations are set up front and clear. Don't allow your people to ever think they're out working by themselves. They should always feel that their manager is in their corner. And if you're busy and you're spread thin, it just takes a minute to reach out to somebody. That's what I got for you today. I'm Anthony Garcia. Leave me a comment in the sections below, and don't forget to subscribe to the blog. Talk with you soon.